Johnson, checkered flag in the air. Scott Ricker wins it.
Oh, there he goes. Hard into the inside pole. Hibbs is involved. Tyler Whittemore. He's in the middle of the track. Oh, he's going to get sparked again.
He's John.
LaFrancois blocking his turn. Rossiter takes the lead. They're all junking it. The entire field is junk.
Oh, and Andy Taker Johnson. Oh, and he gets collected.
Oh, and he goes around 78. Oh, hard into the pit wall. He's dead. He is dead.
Clear out of 3 and 4 for the final time. Matthew Winston, first race back, missed last week, but here he is, taking the checkered flag, your winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hutchison Motorsports TV. Tonight we are back with the Stars and Stripes series here, and we are at Homestead Speedway. Gonna be a good one here tonight. As always, we appreciate you guys joining us here tonight. As always, please click the like and subscribe button on the channel. Really helps us out. We're starting qualifying right now. As it appears, Larry Griffin III's out onto the speedway. Let us know in the chat box who you pulling for, who's going to win this thing, who's going to junk it. Well, we're going to kick back, relax, get some of the patented Hutchison Motorsports TV tunes playing in the background. We'll be back here in a moment, ready to roll. Tonight, it's going to be Stars and Stripes race right here, Homestead Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, playing in the background, Echo Burn, fan favorite, best tunes in the business. We'll be back here shortly with your qualifying order as we're watching the 9 of Zach Kreitz rip it around the speedway. Stay tuned, folks. Click the like button, subscribe to the page. Coming up next, the Stars and Stripes race right here, Homestead Speedway. South Beach 200 is the name, folks. Couldn't find it. It's the South Beach 200. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Quick Time, Kyle McCoy, top of the board, gonna kick off from the pole position. South Beach 200 right here. Homestead, Miami, 133 laps. Coming up next on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Tonight in the booth, yours truly, the GOAT, Blake Hutchinson here for you great fans at home. And folks, I think it is time for tonight's starting lineup. So we're going to kick back, relax as the cars start to grid. Let's find one of those good patented Hutchinson Motorsports TV tunes for the background music. Hang on, folks. I want to make sure I find a fan favorite. Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? South Beach 200 Stars and Stripes Series Racing coming up next, right here, right now, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Here is tonight's starting lineup. On the front row from the pole position on the inside, the number 7, Kyle McCoy on his outside, the 07. Zachary Nelson, row number 2 on the inside in the 05. He's the GOAT. It's Scott Rickard on his outside, the 54 of Andrew Hess. Row number 3 on the inside, gonna be the number 5, Trey Jackson on his outside, the 25, Nate Lynch. Row number 4 on the inside, the 46 machine, Jason Gratton on his outside, the 4 of Aaron Hale. And in row number 5 on the inside, the 35, Bryce Barfield on his outside, the 8, Josh Bratton. Row number 6 on the inside in the Bad Bass Hutchinson Motorsports TV, number 36 machine, Chad White. On his outside, the 28 of Josh Whitaker. Rolling back to row number 7 on the inside, the 23, he's always one to watch, Dylan Grimm on his outside, the 24, Brian Lynch. Row number 8 on the inside, gonna be the 77, Larry Griffin, the 3rd on his outside, the 17, William Duff. Row number 9 on the inside, the number 3, Ryan Lynch on his outside, the 9, Zach Wright. And in row number 10, gonna be the 53, Ryan Samara, the 39, Doug Pierce. Folks, if I didn't say your favorite driver, it means one thing. It means they're slow, they're junk, they're starting in the back, folks. But there's our field here tonight. 26 cars signed in Hutchinson Motorsports TV in front of a sold-out crowd right here at Homestead, Miami. Field is set. We're ready to roll. Green flag in the air. Heading into turn 1, McCoy on the inside, going to give up the race lead as the 07 and Nelson takes it from him on the outside line. He's rolling the top right up against the wall, the 07 and Nelson. Let's hop on board our race leader, Zachary Nelson. We're watching the Hutchinson Motorsports TV nose cam right now with your race leader. Let's swap it up here, go to the right rear suspension cam right into the wall. This race leader, Zach Nelson, is wheeling this race car. As we jump around through the field, let's see what's going on here. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. These guys are racing. Is running for last in that 69 spot. Boy, is that car jumping away. Speaking of slow junk, folks, it's time to jump back and check out the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last. Right now, it looks like it belongs to the 00 of Thomas Holder, cruising in the back out of Black Mountain, North Carolina. I tell you what, let's hop on board with this slow junk 00 car of Thomas Holder. There he is, running dead last. Thomas Holder in the back. You know what? Let's find this back in Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last graphic here, folks. Get one more. Best graphic in the business. There it is. The HMS TV battle for last right now going to the 00 of Thomas Holder. Let's check out the Hutchinson Motorsports TV nose cam with Thomas Holder in last. Boy, is that one beautiful machine. Thomas Holder, it might look good, but it is slow. It is junk as we're cruising around Homestead, Miami here tonight. race leader out here as he continues to lead the race, but the GOAT, Scott Rickard, into second right now, right onto the back bumper here, race leader. Let's keep our eyes tuned right here on the GOAT, the Scott Rickard. As they're ripping it around the speedway, let's go down trackside to the Hutchinson Motorsports team this time live as we watch our race leaders battle it out. It's time to crank it up as they rip around the speedway. Let you fans enjoy the sounds of Homestead, Miami. As they are running the high line here at Homestead. It is the fast way around the track, but do you have the cojones to rip the top? We're going to find out how it goes as we're here in lap number 7 out of 133 here with the Stars and Stripes Series tonight. We are in the ARCA cars. As you may know, the Stars and Stripes Series is rotating cars every single race. Tonight we're in the ARCA car. They're also running the Xfinity, Gen 4, Indy cars, and also I don't remember. So if you know in the chat, let us know. But we're watching Zach Nelson ripping around the speedway as he continues to lead the race. Scott Rickard, the GOAT, has fallen back to third, maybe dropping back to fourth here shortly. See what else is going on around the speedway. William Duff, the fourth in the 17 car, cruising into 14th position. He's all over the place right now. As we check out the board, let's see who our hard charger through the field is right now. Looks like, folks, you wouldn't believe it, it's the 93 of JT Tinker. He's up to 18th after starting all the way back in the 24th position. Here's the 93 machine, JT Tinker out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to hop on. Tinker in the 93 getting side by side with his car over there. Brian Severe in the 53. We got one sideways. Looks like it's Ben Shepherd. He's able to save it though. We're still rolling. We're green. Ben Shepherd not in last yet. Currently Aaron Poplin running in last. How about that 63 car? Aaron Poplin looking like he's slow. Looking like he jumped. The Amtrak 63 machine. Aaron Poplin to the back. We jump back out front. How about this kid right here, the 54 of Andrew Hess? Ask him about his wieners on Instagram, folks. He is referring to his wiener dogs. Andrew Hess cruising in the 4th position right now. We'll check out the rest of the field. We got a side-by-side battle here for the 12th position. William Duff the 4th. Then we got Josh Cratton up here as well as Trey Jackson. Meanwhile, out front, Zachary Nelson still leading this thing in that 07 machine. Looking good here tonight. As always, folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in as we're going to the gearbox cam for Zachary Nelson. Be sure to click the like button on the video. Subscribe to the page. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We are the world's #1 streaming service. The only place you're going to find Stars and Stripes Series action right here. HMS TV, world's #1 streaming service. They are looking good around the speedway. We check out the chat here. Folks, series action, right? We got a good amount watching here. New subscribers, be sure click that subscribe button on the channel, folks. Click the like button on the video. Zach Nelson trying to hold off the 7 of Kyle McCoy in the beautiful Iowa State 7 machine. McCoy running that low line here on lap number 13, trying to figure something out to get around that 07 of Nelson. In the HendrickCars.com 05 machine of Scott Rickard looking to make a move on the inside line. Not though. as a 7 of McCoy, going to hold on to the spot for now. As we start to head into lap number 15 here shortly, we're going to take a quick break here, folks, but don't you worry. We're going to go Hutchison Motorsports TV side by side. You're not going to miss a lap of action. We're going to kick back, relax, play some tunes. I'll be back in a moment. Hutchison Motorsports TV, Blake Hutchison here in the booth for you great fans, world's #1 streams. Folks, we return back here to Homestead, still clean and green, looking through the field. In the chat, we had a request for a Larry Griffin cam. Well, folks, here it is. Here's your Larry Griffin cam. He's running in dead last. He's slow. He's jumped. Larry Griffin III is in last. Big shout out though to Jimmy Slippers in the chat. Big fan of Larry Griffin. It's a shame that he's so slow, isn't it? But we jump back out front here, see what's going on in the front of the pack. As Kyle McCoy continues to lead the race here, Dylan Grimm trying to advance through the field. Boy, out front, Rickard in the second as Nelson has fallen back to third as he was leading this thing early on. Let's hop on board with Zach Nelson currently in the third spot. We're on the Hutchison Motorsports TV nose cam with third place car, Zach Nelson. Nelson changing it up. He was ripping the top earlier. He has now gone to the bottom as we change it up to go to the Hutchison Motorsports TV flag stand cam as they rip it around heading into lap number 22 here at Homestead. Not a set for caution yet as they are ripping down. Let us know in the chat though, who you pulling for? Any request? Who do you want me to check out on the track? Let's see what Bryce Barfield's doing in the 35 machine. Right now, Barfield cruising in the 9th spot after starting 9th. He's gone nowhere out of McDonough. And Then we got Chad White right here in the Hutchison Motorsports TV number 36 car. Boy, I tell you what, Chad White has gone nowhere. Just ripping it into the fence, currently in the 11th spot. I'll tell you who has gone somewhere. Zach Kreitz in the number 9 machine. He's up to the 6th spot, folks. He started all the way back in the 18th position. Zach Kreitz is on the way out of Denver. In the 15th position. This is his home track, Homestead, Miami. I tell you what, he's not very fast here. Might be his home track. Might have seen a lot of laps here, but he's not very good. And he currently resides in Kannapolis, North Carolina. He is originally from downstate Florida. Boy, is he slow or what, folks? Let us know in the chat how slow is this 53 Brian Samara. So we go back out front. We got a breakaway pack here. The top 4. Andrew Hess has been good here tonight. He's tagging on to the back here, cruising into the 4th spot of this front pack. So we're on board Andrew Hess at a new Lenox, Illinois. Looking good, trying to run down that 07 of Zach Nelson. Changing it up, Bryce Barfield still trying to advance, holding on to that top 10 position for now. As always, be sure click that like button on the video. Subscribe to the page because this is the world #1 streaming service, folks. Tomorrow night we'll be back here, same time, same place, with the Superstar ARCA West Series race. We're gonna be. I don't remember where we're going. I don't even know, honestly. Just come on back tomorrow night and you'll find out. And then on Thursday night we're gonna have the All-American Cup Series and the Gen 4 Cups. I believe we're at Talladega. That's gonna be a good one. Always a full field. Gonna have 43 cars at Talladega. They're gonna be junking it, folks. Just trust me. So we jump back out front. Here's Kyle McCoy out of Morrison, Illinois. Continues to lead the race. Scott Rickard, the GOAT, in second. He won the race at Darlington last year in absolute dominating fashion. We were in the Gen 4s, I believe, and we were at Darlington. And I tell you what, Scott Rickard just put on a racing clinic. As we hop on the Hutchison Motorsports TV, got with the GOAT, Scott Rickard. As we're looking through the field, though, folks, it's time for me to make my pick to win it. You know who I'm going to go with, folks? I'm going with the shot. Just kidding. I'm going with the GOAT, Scott Rickard, the 05. Scott Rickard gets the job done. He's going to park it in victory lane. Sorry, Kyle McCoy. But McCoy continues to lead the race here. Folks, I think I got some stats for us here. I don't like doing this stat stuff, but don't you worry. Since I love you, great fan, I'm going to dig through my notes, try to find some good stats here. Hang on. Here we go. Dylan Grimm has won the last 2 races at Homestead as Kyle Bowling was the season 5. Derek Hoffman won in season 1, and folks, here the race leader Kyle McCoy won here in seasons 3 and 4. So he is no stranger to Homestead Speedway as he's ripping it out front right now. Scott Rickard has never won here in a Stars and Stripes Series race. So let's drop back, see what your defending winner is doing here. Dylan Grimm, currently in the 5th spot. Never count out Grimm. I tell you what, this 23 of Grimm, if it's got 4 wheels on it, he's going to be competing for race wins. As they're coming out of turn 4, here comes your race leader, Kyle McCoy, followed by Rickard, Nelson, Ness, and then Grimm right out the top. McCoy starting to pull away a little bit. Race lead up to 7/10 of a second as Nelson is ripping the time, trying to get around the 05 of Scott Rickard. So let's hop on board, see how Nelson is wheeling this car. We'll go on the Hutchison Motorsports cockpit cam with Zachary Nelson. We appreciate you in the chat here. Connor Gerard tuned in. Connor pulling for the 7 car of Kyle McCoy tonight. He is not disappointed so far as McCoy out front by about a second right now as Nelson continues to rip this high line. Let's stay on board here. You see Scott Rickard in front of him in second. He's elected to go low for the most part. car, but he's staying high this lap around. Nelson going to try to get right underneath him as a 93 of Tinker is a lap. Looks like Tinker was the first one to pit. Tinker and Pierce are the first two to pit here tonight. So our pit cycle's officially started. JT Tinker's fallen a lap down, but he does have the fresh tires. Let's see if he can do this alternate strategy, pitting a little bit early. Continues to run in the second spot. We got the lap car, Tinker right in front of him, and the 07 and Nelson in third right behind him. Meanwhile, dropping back Ryan Lynch in the number 3 machine out of Mooresville, North Carolina. He is in an unsponsored car, folks. If somebody has some money, please throw him a bone, because this guy is out here budget racing in this jump number 3 Ford Mustang. I tell you what, I think he's running a crate motor here tonight. Ryan Lynch cruising in the 21st position. He's slow and he's jumping. Here we got Nate Lynch here in the 25 machine. The Miller Lite 25 car, Nate Lynch, has lost many sponsors in the last year or so due to multiple reasons. One of which includes his gambling addiction. Nate Lynch trying to overcome gambling addictions as he's getting passed by his brother. The 24 of Brian Lynch says, "Get out of my way, loser. I'm going to the front." Brian Lynch blows by the 25 of Nate. Well, I tell you what, Lynch, he's just clearly the most talented Lynch. Brian Lynch just running away from him. Then we got Josh Whitaker here in the 28 machine. Currently cruising in the 14th spot as their single file, but they are duking it out. We've got some good battles around this speedway. As we check out your race leader, Kyle McCall, front by 1.2. And they're going 3 wide right now in this battle for the 12th position. Lynch going to roll a bottom as he's going to let the 28 of Whitaker go around and take over the 13th position. Meanwhile, the 53 of Brian Samara, let's hop on board in the 15th position. Looking to make a move, he's running the slower blow line. Boy, I tell you what, if I've ever seen a slow race car, it's right there in the 53. That Puma machine is slow. And it's junk. So we jump back out front to go Scott Rickard in the second position, holding off the 07 and Nelson in the third. Nelson continues to rip the high line as the 54 of Andrew Hess is right underneath him, looking to make a move, and here comes Dylan Grimm and Zach Kreitz right behind him in 5th and 6th positions. Go to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV spotter cam. We got the spotters up here holding the camera as Andrew Hess trying to take over the spot in the 4th position. It's been clean and green from the start. No caution so far. 38 laps in here. As 25, Nate Lynch going to come down pit lane here. Here comes Lynch as well as Gavin Adams down pit lane as well. So the pit cycle continues. Bryce Barfield down pit lane too. Out of McDonough, Georgia, he's going to leave pit road. Let's see if he goes down a lap. I believe he's going to. There's Barfield getting out onto the speedway here. I see some smoking, so we see a junked race car. Not sure what happened. Oh, somebody hit the wall hard. The 10 of Schrader is junked. We're still green here tonight, folks. He's missing the front bumper. He has gone down to the infield, and he's going to tow it. Mark Schrader is toast here tonight. Let's try to find what happened. That ain't it. Let's rewind a little bit further. See what happened to the 10 car here at Schrader. Oh, my. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens here. So there's Schrader ripping the top there in the 10 machine. The 69 goes in the middle, gets loose. Then he blinks up into the wall, smokes him, nowhere to go. Schrader, you're junk. The 69 and the 10 are done tonight. Well, the green flag's still out, thankfully, here for those that have pit. Kyle McCoy, your race leader by 1.5 seconds. Right now, his last lap around the speedway was a 34.06. He is a 10th faster than the second place car for Scott. Let's pull up your Hutchinson Motorsports TV pit strategy board here as they are 40 laps into this one. The top 12 still have not pit here. Looks like about 19th is the first car that's pitting. Pit cycle continues. Kyle McCoy continues to lead the pack. Scott Rickard into second. Dylan Graham has moved all the way up to third after starting in the 13th position. But your hard charger for the night, it's the 9 car, Zach Kreitz. After starting all the way back in 18th, he is up to 4th position. I tell you what, if this 9 car of Kreitz can get a timely caution here, he's going to be back in the race lead. He's definitely one of the fastest cars on the track as he's trying to get around that 23 of Graham. So, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. You're not going to miss a lap of action. We'll be back here in a moment. Be sure to click the like button. Subscribe to the page because, folks, we're the world's number one streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We are here for the South Beach 200 with the Stars and Stripes series. As we return back from break, the pit cycle continues. It's just about over. Just a handful of cars left out there running around the speedway on their slow junk tires. And folks, we've got some serious tire fall off. I was watching during the break. We've got about a second and a half difference in tire fall off here. I was watching the race leader at the time, the 7 of McCoy. He stayed out there pretty long compared to some others, and he lost a lot of ground, as he was losing about a second to a second and a half every extra lap he was out there. And it appears that Rickard, Grimm, and Nelson have all leapfrogged him after this pit cycle. Currently the top 4 have not pit, so 5th place Scott Rickard gonna be your race leader. He's taking it over on a pit cycle strategy. Came down pit road just a little bit earlier. It was enough on the tire difference to give him that race lead. See, Rickard pit 7 laps ago, Grimm 6 laps ago, Nelson 7 laps ago, and then McCoy came down just a couple of laps ago. He gave up about 4 laps or so on those slower tires. Probably gave up 4 to 6 seconds doing it. We're going to see if it all balances out, though, later on. McCoy going to give up the race lead for now. And William Dove, currently your race leader, coming down pit road, is going to give it up. And Ryan Lynch, coming around, going to become your race leader in that unsponsored, junky looking number 3 Mustang. I tell you what, folks, if you've got a business, reach out to this 3 machine of Ryan Lynch. He needs some sponsorship help. I tell you what, that's probably the ugliest car I've seen in a while. Ryan Lynch, running on a budget here tonight at Homestead. So meanwhile, Scott Rickard ripping it around the bottom here in that 05 Chevy Monte Carlo, looking good here tonight. Dylan Grimm right behind him. Gonna take over the second spot as Ryan Lynch comes down pit lane. So Scott Rickard officially becoming your race leader here tonight once again. So the pit cycle's over. Rickard's going to be your leader, followed by Grimm, Nelson, McCoy, and Hess. Running up the top 5. Not a good stop for Kreitz. Lost a little bit of ground, but he's going to try to get that thing going. We know he's one of the faster cars here tonight. Still no cautions, though, here, folks. We're in lap number 56 out of 133. We're getting pretty close here to halfway done in the next 20 or so laps. Connor Gerard in the chat here, liking the paint schemes. Me as well, Connor. Got some good looking paints out there tonight. Be sure to check out our stream schedule, folks. I have a graphic made up for you, but if you head over to our YouTube page, go on over to our live streams, you can see the upcoming streams. Tomorrow night we'll be back here with the Superstar ARCA West Series, and on Thursday have the All-America Cup Series. And folks, I don't know if you know this or not, but this Sunday, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we're doing the unthinkable. For the first time ever, we are broadcasting an IMSA-style race, going to be a multi-class race at Sunday. That's right, folks. Going to have GT3 cars, GTP cars, and LMP2s. Going to be interesting here, folks. Be sure to tune in here Sunday night. Going to have the Motor City Racing Series right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. First time ever. Instant racing right here live on HMS TV, world's #1 streaming service. So Scott Rickard continues to lead. He's out front by over 2 seconds, starting to pull away here from Grimm. Last lap around the speedway, 33.35 for Rickard, 33.40 for Grimm, so he's gaining about a half a tenth here every time around the speedway. Zach Nelson in the 3rd spot. Then McCoy is actually the fastest on the track. A 10th faster than your race leader. Slightly fresher tires. We just know this 7 car probably is the car to beat here tonight. Picking up the race lead on a pit cycle strategy. See if he can work back up in the field as he's currently 3.5 seconds behind your race leader. We're going to hop on board HMS TV nose cam with Kyle McCoy as he's currently in the 4th spot trying to run down that 07 of Zachary Nelson. Folks, August 17th coming up here in a few weeks on a Sunday. Hutchinson Motorsports TV going to have our third ever monthly event. Going to be at Slinger at the Figure 8 track, folks. We're going to have damage on Figure 8 racing in the Lucas Oil Road 2 light trucks. It is going to be incredible, folks. You're not going to want to miss it. If you're interested in joining, check out the description. There's going to be a link to our Discord channel. Join the Discord. You can sign up straight from our Discord channel. You're not going to want to miss it, folks. You're going to have $50 to the race winner. $5 entry, $20. I thinks that's pretty good, folks. So $50 to the winner, going to have a $10 bonus to whoever has the most incidents. So, folks, if you can go out there, junk the field, and win, you can win $60 all for the low price of $5 and a priceless racing. Because we're going to be broadcasting that baby live right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be the Slinger Slaughter on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. So we jump back out front. Scott Rickard, your race leader. Race lead starting to get cut down a little bit, about 1.8 seconds on Dylan Graham in that 23 machine. Well, how about this race so far, though, ladies and gentlemen? We're 63 laps in. Blake Hutchinson up here in the booth. I was gone last week, but Jesse and Christian did a good job filling in. So they're returning the favor, making me do the race by myself here tonight as the 05 of Rickard trying to get around the 93 of Tinker. It's a lap. In the chat here, Scratchacker 2019 says he's feeling the overcut. Not sure what he's talking about. But hey, thanks for tuning in, Scratch. And folks, if you're still tuned in here, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to the page, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, right here at the South Beach 200 at Homestead. Let us know in the chat, who do you want to check out? Who's your driver? Let's find somebody new here that we haven't covered much so far tonight. About Aaron Hale in that 4th car, currently running the 7th position. Been a quiet night for him, but a solid one, sitting in the 7th spot. Top 10 runs so far. Let's see if he can hold on. Dropping back Brian Samara up to the 10th spot after starting in 19th. Let's see if that 53 can hold on. Brian Samara at his hometown track here at Homestead, Miami. He is originally from Florida, has moved to North Carolina. He has been here many of times at Homestead. Zach Nelson, haven't heard much from him since the start of this race. That 07 car of Nelson sitting in the 4th spot, 3 seconds behind your race leader, Scott Rickard. Who is the GOAT, by the way? Dylan Graham in the 2nd spot here. That number 23 FedEx Kinko's machine, always a car to watch. Dylan Grimm always up front, started in the 13th spot. Not a good qualifying run, but he went straight back up to the front as soon as the green flag came out here tonight. Then we got Chad White in a beautiful Hutchinson Motorsports TV Ford Mustang. This is one good-looking car. I tell you what, let's hop on board Hutchinson Motorsports TV Nose King. Out of Loudon, Tennessee, say it loud and proud. Chad White in a 36 car. Let's get that Hutchinson Motorsports TV machine to the front, Chad. Get on the gas. Currently. I know we had a fan of him earlier, Larry Griffin III in the 77. He is still slow and jump. Currently running in the 23rd spot. He's not fast at all. Right, sitting in the 5th spot. We know he's got some speed, though. He's going to need some help. Trying to work back up the field. He's 3.5 seconds behind the GOAT, Scott Rickard. But, folks, we're going to take a quick break as we're in the lap number 69 here. Scott Rickard, your race leader. We're going to play some Hutchinson Motorsports TV tunes. Best tunes. Back here in a jiffy. Blake Hutchinson here in the booth. Hutchinson Motorsports TV World's number. Folks, we're going to end the caution now, or I'm sorry, we're going to end the break now. Looks like our first caution of the night is out here on lap number 70. Brian Lynch has went off the track, and he's jumping. Let's get a little better view here, folks. Hang on. Rewind a little bit more here. All right, let's see what happened. Let's go to Hutchinson Motorsports TV chopper cam here. There's Brian Lynch. We got the 8 going down there to the banking and the 20. Not sure what happened there. Big mishap. I don't know. I don't know if the 8 was going to pit or what, but the 24 Lynch had nowhere to go, and he smoked it. So the first caution is out. Looks like the entire field coming down pit lane. Ricker going to win the race off pit road. We're going to take our break, though. We'll be back in a moment. First caution of the night, lap number 71. Stars and Stripes Series action, the South Beach 200. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment. Hutchinson. As we return back here, folks, the field is set. Front row going to be Rickard on the inside, Grimm on the outside. The first restart of the night right here tonight. The South Beach 200. Pace car's going to head in. Get out of the way. In front of a sold-out crowd. We are ready, and we are green here tonight. Scott Rickard shoots off like a rocket ship into the race lead. Hopping on board the race leader, Scott Rickard into turn 1 on the bottom line. Looking good here tonight. Can he hold on as the entire field just went down pit road during the caution? Checking out the rest of the field here. Chad White sitting in the 12th spot. He is in a hornet's nest right now, cars. Are these guys going to jump up there? They say caution, real cautions. We're going to see if we can get one here. Let's hop on Hutchinson Motorsports TV Nose Cam with Chad White. As he's watching them slice and dice their way around that track up front, going from the bottom to the top. Here's the 37 car from Barfield right underneath the 36 and white. Let's go down trackside, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Okay, we're going to crank it up. Listen to the sounds of Homestead Speedway. It just gives me goosebumps every time hearing these cars ripping around that speedway. Kyle McCoy has moved back up into the 2nd spot. He's looking to take back his race lead from Rickard. He gave it up earlier on a pit strategy call. He is down Let's see if he can find a way around that 05 of Scott Ritter. You know, there's some serious tire wear, though. You got to really pick and choose your battles here. You don't want to burn up those tires. I'm going to guess they're all going to have to pit one more time as we went green around lap number 75 or so. Ahead here, folks. Looks like, to me, they're probably going to want to pit around that 105 down 110. Checking out the chat, though. Connor Gerard still in there. Still pulling for that 7 car on McCoy. And here comes the 9 of Kreitz. Don't count out this number 9 machine. Zach Kreitz, he's been bad, fast all night long. After a terrible qualification. Has worked up the pit spot here, right on the back of the 07. It's really been a 5-car race all night long. These top 5 are the best 5 cars out there. No question about it. Rickard, they have been the class of the field. But how about Jason Gratton, though? He's sitting in the 6th spot, trying to insert himself into that battle as well. Right behind him, we got the 54 car of Andrew. He's had some real ups and downs here tonight. Let's see if Hess can get back up there. Meanwhile, Kramer, the 23, going to go to work there on the 7. McCoy tries to pin him down to the bottom, wants to burn up those tires on that track. It is tough to pass when you're pinned down to the bottom here at Homestead. Your best shot is to get a run down a straightaway and then shoot down, throw a slide job into the the 7 starting to blink here. We've seen McCoy have some disconnection issues in the past. Is it going to haunt him again? Kyle McCoy has the McDonald's Wi-Fi internet. He is gone, folks. I am not seeing the 7 of Kyle McCoy. Folks. We saw this happen to him earlier in the season. Kyle McCoy has disappeared. The 7 car of McCoy is gone, and that is a shame because he was definitely a car to beat. And Kyle McCoy, over, I believe, where's he from? I think he's in Illinois somewhere. He's in Morrison, Illinois. If you know an internet provider in Morrison, Illinois, be sure to reach out to Kyle McCoy because he's got the worst, most junk internet I've ever seen in my life. I'll tell you who's licking their chops, though. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, out front. He is smiling, grinning ear to ear. Scott Rickard, your race leader, just saw the 7. Kyle McCoy disappeared. He is toast. What a shame. Caution. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. I saw something pop up in the corner of my eye. That is not a caution. Disregard. We're still green. Still green here in lap number 82 out of 1. Just one caution all night long. Let's see if we can finish this thing clean and green. I think we're going to have to pit one more time still. Could be wrong, though. So we jump around the field a bit. Zach Nelson in 2nd. Let's drop back there and Hale cruising in the 7th position. Got a battle right here. Side by side with Trey Jackson. This is a battle for the 8th spot here. Let's hop on board. 3 car rides back on that outside line. Jackson throws the slide job, says later loser, but a crossover from the 53 is Samara. Down the straightaway to the bottom. Can Samara make the pass? This is again for the 8th position. Jackson going to bring the top all the speed he can down the straightaway, and it looks like he's going to hold on for now. But he's getting a big push there from William Duff on that outside line. Well, how about that? A little bit of draft action here at Homestead. William Duff shoving that 5-car Jackson down there. So we jump back out front here. Scott Rickard, the GOAT. He's leading this thing with Nelson currently in 2nd. Kreitz in 3rd. Boy, Boy, Dylan Grimm's dropped back to fourth. Might have burned his tires up there to get pinned. Folks, if you just tuned in here, be sure to click the like button on the video. Subscribe to the page, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Stars and Stripes Series action right here. We are in the ARCA cars tonight here at Homestead, Miami, as the 07 is going to give up the second spot to Zach Price. Got 13 in the chat right now. 4 likes. I don't think that math adds up here. 13 viewers. Somebody's not doing something, folks. I'm pretty sure I have 2 or 3 of those likes. So if you're in the chat, Scratch Hacker, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Connor Gerard, like and subscribe here in the video and the page. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, as always. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Zach Kreitz going to take over the race lead. Gets around Rickard. The 9 of Kreitz out front. Here in lap number 88. Boy, how about this 9 of 18th? Here he is into the race lead, but can he hold on as the 05 of Rickard tries to get around him? We're going to hop on Hutchinson Motorsports TV nose cam with Scott Rickard currently in the second position. Looking to get a run on that 9 car. Zach Kreitz, your race leader. We're pretty sure these guys are going to have to pit one more time. Let's pull up the pit strategy board here. Brought to you by Hutchinson Motorsports TV. They got 18 laps on these tires and still about 45 laps left to go. They're definitely going to have to pit. It's just a matter of time, though. When are these guys going to elect to pit? If I'm out there, I'm roasting my tires right now. And I'm going to just come down pit road about the halfway point, which would be around lap 105 or so from the last one. Boy, how about these crossover moves? These two duking it out here. Rickard tries to take over that race lead, and Dylan Grimm inserts himself back up front as well. We've got a hornet's nest of cars battling for the race lead. Let's hop on the third place car of Dylan Grimm. Grimm looking to take them 3 wide for the race lead. All these cars will throw a blanket over them as Scott Rickard is back out front. Making 6 battling for this race lead here as Zach Nelson ripping the top right now. Trying to get some clean air, going to go to the middle here. Here comes the 23 of Grimm to the bottom line. Look at this, 6 cars bumper to bumper. They're pushing each other down the backstretch. Dylan Grimm in the second, Kreitz in the third. Nelson 4th, 5th place Grattan, and 6th place Hale. A 6-car breakaway out front. Aaron Hale trying to hang on with these guys up here. Let's hop on board with the Colesburg, Iowan, Aaron Hale as he's cruising in the 6th spot. We got a 3-car lead for the race. I'm sorry, a 3-car battle for the race lead. Rickard continues to lead for now. Here in a lap number 92, folks, in the next 10 laps or so, you're probably going to see some guys coming down pit road. I think the strategy is to roast your tires now, pit a little early. Come down pit road around lap 100 to 105, and then try to finish this thing out. We have been clean and green the majority of this race, just 1 caution so far around lap number 7. And, folks, it looks like Kyle McCoy is still gone. He is out, folks. Kyle McCoy's night is over. He was one of the favorites here, and he disconnects. The McDonald's Wi-Fi has had some issues tonight. Kyle McCoy, junk. But here comes Dylan Graham looking to go to the bottom, wants to get around Rickard. This is a battle for the race lead. They are door to door at the line. Rickard holds on to the top lane. 23 of Grimm looking to throw the slide job. Is he able to clear Rickard? Coming out of the corner. Yes, sir. You betcha. Slide job. 23 of Grimm takes it over. Rickard not happy as he has to drop down to the bottom. Looks to return the favor here. 23 of Grimm looking to squeeze him a little bit. Can Rickard clear him coming out? Not going to happen. Grimm holds the top line. Right to his back bumper. Grimm holds on to the race lead. Boy, these guys duking it out here. Dylan Grimm ripping the top. It looks like he gets a little bit of a mishap. The 05 of Rickard unable to throw the slide job. Grimm's going to hold on for now. Boy, let's hop on board here with Zach Kreitz as he's watching these two cross each other over. Kreitz ripping the top, currently in third. 23 of Grimm going to hold on to the lead. Down the backstretch, Kreitz going to take over the second spot for Rickard. Into the corner of the 9 of Kreitz. He wants to take over the lead himself. Can he clear the 23? Not going to happen quite yet. Zach Kreitz, slide job, finishes it. Coming out of the corner. Boy, I didn't think Kreitz would be able to carry that much speed. He was able to do so, but the 23 of Grimm looking to return the favor down to the bottom. Zach Kreitz, currently your race leader. And not for long, and the 23 throws a slide job into the wall hard. The 23 of Grimm has some serious damage. Oh my, we're still green, but the 23 is junk. Let's rewind this thing, see what happened here. Let's hop on board with the 23 car of Grimm as he throws the slide job. Yeah, he just throws a late slide job there. Rewind it one more time, but the 9 could have lifted. I don't blame him. See the momentum he's got here. The 9 coming out of the corner. You know, coming out up top, you're going to have the momentum. Throw that late slide job. 9 tries to cross him over, unable to do so. He's just... Looks like we just got a subscription here. We appreciate you tuning in here. Hutchison Motorsports TV. Banner TV in the chat asking if there's any stages. No, sir. Stars and Stripes Series Racing. No stage racing here. Nothing but green flag action. Zach Kreitz, currently your race leader after starting back in the 18th position. Can he hang on? I believe these guys are still going to have to pit one more time. Who's going to be the first year leaders to come down pit road? My estimates have them coming in around lap 100 to 110. I think most of them are going to want to come down by lap 105 or so. Let's see how it works out here as Kreitz continues to hold on to the race lead by 0.4 of a second. Let's take a look through the field here, see what's going on. Got a side-by-side battle. Zach Kreitz in the first, Nelson in third right now. And how about Grimm? He's got some damage on that car after smoking the wall, but he's holding on, taking over the third spot. It would be impressive if he could hold on and with a good finish, because he has to have some major damage after smoking. Chad White down pit lane, as well as Andrew Hess, Brian Samara, and Aaron Poplin. Brian Lynch and Larry Griffin have also pit, as well as a handful of others. Here comes Aaron Hale and Trey Jackson. So most of the field's pit. When are our race leaders going to come down pit road? Our top 5 have not pit yet. Out of the top 5, I'm going down this time around. You want to be the first out of these 5 down pit lane, in my opinion. Currently, the fall-off not too big. Looks like it's about a second of fall-off from their fastest laps of the session. These guys pulling up their strategies over here have 32 on these tires. Here comes the GOAT, the 05 of Rickard. He's going to be the first to pit. I think that's a good move for Rickard. Meanwhile, Nelson going to stay out there. And Graham, if I'm in the top 4, I want to come down pit road this next time by. You don't want to give Rickard an extra second every lap around. Now here's Rickard making the stop. Right side's going to go up here, making sure he gets 4 tires. Let's make sure here. Right side down. Left side up. 4 tires for Scott Rickard. Here comes Grattan and Grimm. Our 3rd and 4th place cars down pit road, so the top 2 remain out there. Nelson in 2nd. Kreitz in 1st. They need to come down soon here, in my opinion. They're losing a second on the guys with fresh tires every time around. Let's see if Kreitz elects to come down pit lane. Yep, here comes Kreitz in the 9, your race leader down pit road. Nelson right behind him, so your top 6 of all pit. William Duff, he stay out there on an alternate strategy. He says, hell with it, boys. We're going to pray for a caution. William Duff, the 4th, your race leader. I don't blame him. William Duff, after starting in the 16th spot, leading this thing. If I'm William, I'm staying out there to the very end here. You know, they can at least go about 46 laps or so on fuel. Pulling up the pit strategy board, he can go at least 11 more laps. Probably more. But he's going to come down pit lane. A good night. So Barfield here. Let's see if Bryce Barfield elects to stay out there. He's going to become your race leader as Duff is headed down pit lane. Barfield going to stay out. Let's give him some TV time. The 35 of Barfield, which is cars at 37. Not sure what's going on there. He's going to take over the race lead. It's going to be Barfield followed by Ryan Lynch. Scott Rickard's going to get up to 3rd here. He's going to cycle into the race lead as he was the first one to pit out of our race leaders, folks. What did I say? I said you wanted to be the first one to pit out of them. And Scott Rickard pit just 1 to 2 laps earlier. And he's out here taking over the race lead just because of that. Meanwhile, Zach Kreitz back here. He lost a lot of ground at Rickard. Apparently Kreitz, trying to do the math here, 15.8. Yeah, he's about 2 seconds behind where you want to be. It's going to be hard to make that up here at the end of this race. So Barfield continues to lead our level strategy here on Hutchison Motorsports TV, folks. As our pit cycle continues, we're going to take our final break of the night. We're going to kick back, relax, play some Hutchison Motorsports TV tunes. We're going to go HMS TV side by side. You're not going to miss a lap of action, folks. Be sure, click the like button, subscribe to the page, check out our description, join our Discord, all kinds of good information in there. We'll be back in a moment for the finish of this one. Hutchison Motorsports TV here at Homestead, the South Beach 200. Stars and Stripes. folks, we are back from break here. We are here till the finish. 20 laps remain. Bryce Barfield, currently a race leader, but he's here due to a pit strategy fault. Let's see how it works out. Barfield still going to need some fuel to finish this race. But if you're here in the chat, as always, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure before we get to the finish, click the like button on the video. Subscribe to the page. TV, world's #1 streaming service, folks. We are worldwide. In the chat, we got Banner TV from Brazil. He is a big NASCAR fan. And boy, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. So we watch him out front. Scott Rickard up to the second spot here. Barfield still out there on the alternate strategy as we pull up the Hutchinson Motorsports TV pit strategy board. Barfield running low on fuel. He's been out there 44 laps. It's just 35 car. Barfield is headed down pit lane. The car to beat, though, it's going to be the 05 Scott Rickard. If you just tuned in, he was my pick to win it. He came down for a good strategy. He was the first one out of the leaders to pit, but he's got the 9 of Zach Kreitz right behind him working on that back bumper. Here at Homestead, Miami, the South Beach 200 right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service, folks. We are live 3 to 4 times every single week. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, the like button on the video, join our Discord, all kinds of good stuff going on. We've got a ticker there on the bottom with a lot of information. We've got an event coming up on August 17th. It is a Sunday. Going to be the Slinger Slaughter at Slinger Figure 8. Damage is going to be $50 to the winner, $5 entry. We got a $10 bonus to whoever has the most incident. And folks, Bryce Barfield down pit lane. He is going to give up that race lead. So Scott Rickard officially, your race leader, that's it, right, is right on his back bumper, folks. We are going to have a haymaker as a finish. Let's hop on board our second place car, Zach Kreitz. Boy, this 9 car of Kreitz has been bad, fast all night long. Can he get the job done? Going to work, on the go. The 05, Scott Rickard in the race lead. He's going to try the bottom line out, goes to the bottom, see if he can finish the slide job coming out the corner. Not looking like he's going to have the momentum. Going to be side by side down the back. Meanwhile, we got a lap car. That was your race leader recently, Bryce Barfield. Looking to fall lap down, throwing a wrench into the leader's plans as the 05 of Rickard going to lose a little momentum going to the middle of the line. Aaron Hale licking his chops in the 3rd spot, and then we got Jason Gratton right behind him. And Dylan Grimm as well. Sorry, Dylan Grimm taking over the 3rd spot. Boy, how about the adversity of this 23 of Grimm? He was battling for the race lead earlier. Absolutely smoked. Came down pit road, got it fixed up just enough. He is now back into the battle for the race win as we got just about 15 laps to go here tonight. So Scott Rickard, he was last week's winner at Darlington, folks. The Stars and Stripes Series, they rotate cars every week. Last week, he was in a Gen 4 at Darlington. This week, he's in the ARCA car at Homestead. Can he go back-to-back? Zach Kreitz looking to the bottom to throw the slide job. Out the corner, here it is. Slide job, new race leader, Zach Kreitz out front. In the lap 120, Zach Kreitz taking over the race lead. Can he hold on? What a race here tonight. We have one caution all night long. 133 laps at Homestead Speedway here with the Stars and Stripes Stars and Stripes South Beach 200. Forgot the name again. Zach Kreitz, your race leader, looking to hold off the GOAT. Looking to pull away from that 05 of Rickard as Grimm's in 3rd, Gratton 4th, and Hale in the 5th. And if you just tuned in, folks, this Sunday for the first time ever, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we're going to be live with some IMSA-style racing. That's right, multi-class racing. Going to have GT3s, GTPs, and LMP2s. in the chat, Banner TV, you might know something about MCV. Brazil, I assume it's probably a little more popular there as opposed to NASCAR. But it's going to be a good one. The Motor City Racing Series is going to be on Hutchinson TV. We're going to be at Sebring with the multi-class race. You're not going to want to miss it. A 1-hour race. We're going to go live Sunday night around 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, the 9 of Kreitz holding on to this race lead. Just about 10 laps left to go. He's starting to pull away. Zach Kreitz might get the job done for his first win of the season. Boy, after putting down a stinker of a qualifying lap, started all the way back in the 18th spot. Here he is leading this one with 10 to go here in the South Beach 200 on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Banner TV in the chat. Be sure, check out the description. Join our Discord channel. We'd love to have you. You know, we have had somebody from Chile on the channel before. Tune in on Thursday night, the All-American Cup Series. There is actually a racer. I believe his name is Mauricio Montenegro. He is from Chile, from Santiago, Chile. Be sure to join. You want to check that out. You're going to root for your fellow South American. So Kreitz still out front with just 9 laps left to go. He wants this thing to stay clean and stay green. Wants no more cautions. Scott Rickard in second here. Dropping back to third, Jason Gratton. How about that 46 of Gratton? He's got no sponsors. Out of Pittsfield, Illinois. Jason Gratton looking to earn a sponsor. Folks, if you own a business, reach out to 46 car that fast. He needs some sponsorship. He is racing on a budget here this season. Then we got Dylan Graham in the 4th spot. He's overcome some adversity tonight after smoking the wall not too long ago. He was one of the cars to beat. Still running in the top 5. Aaron Hale rounding out the top 5. He's been up there all night long looking to finish the job. And folks, your hard charger is actually your race leader, Zach Kreitz. He's gained 17 spots at the start of this race with just 6.5 or so laps left to go. Zach Kreitz looking to hold on with a 1.65 second lead on Grant. Boy, Rickard's starting to fall off here, going to give up the 3rd position, and here comes the 23 of Grimm. Rickard must have burned his tires up early here in the run. He is struggling here now. TV says he's going to root for Mauricio. Mauricio's not in our Discord, but hey, join our Discord nonetheless, because that's where we post all of our racing. We've got all kinds of stuff coming up, folks. We've got 3 more races this week. That's right. This week we're going to have 4 races. Tonight, then tomorrow night we're going to have the Superstar ARCA West Series. Thursday night we're going to have the All-American Cup Series. We're in Gen 4s in that league. And then Sunday night we're going to be the IMSA-style multi-class racing here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. But we're not done with this one. 5 laps left to go. Zach Kreitz, your race leader. Let's see if he can finish the job and park it in victory lane here tonight. What a great race so far. 1 caution all night long. 134 laps. Clean racing from green to checker, just about. Right, still looking good out front. Race lead continues to grow. It is now up to 2 seconds. Check out this battle back here. Scott Rickard trying to hold on to the 3rd spot. Right on his back bumper. Let's hop on board. On the Hutchinson Motorsports nose cam, Dylan Green currently in 4th, looking to take over the 3rd spot. Side by side with the 05 of Rickard. See See if he can get the pass done here. He's going to need to throw a late slide job. Not looking like it's there. He's going to get the job done. Just 3 laps remain as Zach Kreitz out front by 2.3 seconds. Well, I tell you what, a yellow will be heartbreaking for this number 9 of Kreitz. Wants to get his first win of the season. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Todd Gratton in the chat. Todd, if you're tuned in, throw a message in the chat. Zach Kreitz looking to get the job done. Just 2 laps left to go here for the number 9 out of Denver. Connor Gerard pulling for the 9 to get the job done after his guy earlier, the 7 of them, disconnected on his McDonald's Wi-Fi. Ladies and gentlemen, white flag in the air. There goes your race leader. One more lap around the speedway here at Homestead. No caution coming out. Let's hop on board with your race leader, Zach Kreitz, as he goes down to the backstretch for the final time of the night. Your race leader down the backstretch looking good in the 3 and 4 for the final time. Zach Kreitz, after starting in the 18th position, couldn't qualify at all. Here he is in the front. Checkered flag in the air out of 4 for the final time. Zach Kreitz wins it here at Homestead. What a finish. Zach Kreitz gets the job done, parks it in victory lane. Jason Bratton brings home second. The 05 Scott Rickard third, followed by Grimm and Hale to round out your top 5. Boy, a great race here tonight. Stay tuned. We're going to have interviews here coming up next. Hutchinson Motorsports TV interviews coming up right here, right now. We're going to watch our race winner, Zach Kreitz, burning down. All right, folks, we're going to pull in our 3rd place finisher first. Scott Rickard, the GOAT. Let's get him in here and bring him home to 3rd place. Looks like Gratton doing a little burnout with him. Those are teammates right there. They are tearing up some stuff right now. Let's get Scott Rickard in here, 3rd place finisher. Scott, Blake in the booth, you got me?
Yes, I do.
Hey, you couldn't get the job done, but you bring home a podium finish. Had to feel pretty good out here tonight.
That's not my track, not the type of setup I'm good at, so I'll take what I get.
You know, you're falling off just a little bit. The pit, you know, a lap or 2 earlier, you think that had anything to do with it, or you just kind of burn them up a little early?
It's not been a good track for my long run for years now, so I tried something hoping if I came out without them, like, right behind me without a draft, maybe I'd have a chance, but they were smart enough not to let me get away from the draft like they did the first time I did it.
Yeah, you know, it didn't work out, but hey, nonetheless, after winning last week, you dominated at Darlington, and you get a 3rd place finish here. You're probably going to be leading the points, I would assume. How you feeling about your chances next week? Where are we at next week?
I think it's Xfinity car. I have no idea what track.
Yeah, we're in the Xfinity at, hang on, I got it right here. Bristol. We're going to be at Bristol. How you feeling about your chances there?
So we're at Bristol. I'm seeing Atlanta.
Oh, is it? My bad. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
think-
Yeah, you're right. Yep, it's Atlanta.
Same thing for like this track. So I've been good or bad, so first I have to find out during probably the first run how I'm gonna feel about the race.
Yeah, well, you know, pretty quick. But hey, nonetheless, congratulations putting it on the podium. Before you head out for the night, you got any shout-outs for our great fans at home?
Yeah, I like thank Team Watson Racing Subs. My dog, who I got 8 years ago today, actually, so her anniversary for me having her, and want to win for her, but I guess third will work.
Yeah, definitely could have been a lot worse than that. But hey, congratulations, Scott, bringing home a 3rd place finish here tonight.
Thank you.
So there's Scott Rickard, our 3rd place finisher. Let's get Jason Gratton here. You know what? I think this is the first time we're going to interview Jason Gratton. I'm not mistaken. Let's get him in here. I'm sure he is stoked to be on the Hutchinson Motorsports TV podium. It has been a lifelong dream for this guy right here. Let's find him. Jason, Blake up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Blake?
Hey, I'm doing great. Hey, you put it on the podium. You bring home a second place finish. How'd it feel out there tonight?
Felt good. Would have liked to have not seen that last caution we had. I think it was after our first green flag cycle. Felt like I was going to pay off for me in the long run, but just glad I didn't get swallowed up after the restart from that, because first 10 laps or so were just a hornet's nest of everybody trying to get track position, but worked out. Got a 1-2 with my buddy Zach, and turned out good.
Yeah, on that last restart, it looked like the top six, they were all duking it out in that battle for the race lead. What were you thinking when all that was going on?
Just didn't want another caution. Like I said, just the short runs were a mess, and not so much a mess as far as beating and banging, but just you lose a couple of spots or lose momentum, and it's just hard to get it back and not wear your stuff out too much. So I just wanted to see it go green and not be caught in the wrong line, and worked out.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. How you feeling about your chances next week? We're going to be at Atlanta in the Xfinity cars.
Ooh, are we at Old Atlanta?
I believe it's New Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. I think it's New.
Uh, Yeah, I like it. I'm not terrible there. I would feel much better about Old Atlanta, but it'll be a crapshoot, but it'll be fun, and hopefully we'll put on a good show for you guys.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations on your podium finish. Before you head out, you got any shout outs for our fans at home?
Yeah, thanks to Nate and Brian and Derek and the guys that put on the league. Thanks to you guys, and I apologize. I don't know who else is up in the booth there with you, but I know you do have some help there now. So shout out to you guys for putting on a good broadcast, and my brother Todd, who watches week in and week out.
Yeah,
and my teammates, Zach.
Yeah,
Zach,
Todd
Josh, and Dylan.
I was gonna say Todd normally before the race starts gives you guys a shout out. He didn't give it today, but he just put something in the chat. He's been watching.
Yeah, sometimes he's a late starter, but he makes it there eventually.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations, Jason. Hopefully you can build on this momentum and finish the year out strong.
Thanks, sir. And shout out to Zach on the big win. That's big for him. So shout
Absolutely.
out to Zach.
All right. Well, hey, good job out there, Jason. I'll let you head down, celebrate with your team.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
There's Jason Gratton, your second place finisher. But, folks, it is time for the star of the show, tonight's winner. After starting in 18th, Zach Kreitz wins it here tonight. Let's get him in the booth. Give me one moment. Zach Blake up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Blake?
Hey, I'm doing good, but not as good as you. After starting back in the 18th position, you worked yourself up to the front. You got the job done, and you won it here tonight.
Yeah, Homestead's always been a really good track for me. I've started on the pole in this league a couple different times, had good runs, had a couple wins stolen from me, but yeah, just try to manage them tires enough, but still got to be aggressive, to make the moves on the high side.
Yeah, absolutely. In that last restart, you guys up front looked like the top six were all duking it out for the race lead. What were you thinking there? Were you just trying to bide your time, or did you want to get that spot?
Well, it's kind of like Atlanta in the Cup race, earlier this year. You just got to take the runs when you get them. So I got into my teammate Dylan when I got a run. He was going to let me go on the outside. I went low, just no community. We just didn't communicate. But yeah, you just had to take the runs when you got them. If not, you were just going to be stuck, and then a person behind you would take the run, and then you would just be, just drop spots. So you had to be semi-aggressive.
Yeah, well, it definitely worked out for me. After you put down that bad qualifying lap, how worried were you here tonight?
Not too bad. I had a decent amount of confidence. I knew that I could get myself up there just trying to avoid a wreck. I've been involved in wrecks in every race so far this season. So finally, I had some good fortune come my way. So yeah, just be aggressive and hope the person in front of me doesn't doesn't get turned direct or people in front of them. So just try to manage that, try to stay clean. And then, I knew I was fast. The only reason my qualifying was so bad is because it's a second lap qualifying. And so on my second lap, I nicked the wall going into one. So I would have been a top 5 qualifying spot with the lap, but it just didn't count.
Absolutely. Well, hey, it has to feel good. You had your teammate there right behind you in second, and I believe Grim's also a teammate there in fourth. So 3 of you guys in the top 4.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Me and Jason have been racing for forever. Dylan of recent have been racing more, but yeah, me and Jason have been racing on iRacing for probably closer to 13, 14 years, something like that. So it's glad we've got a ton of 1-2s in regular sessions, but I'm glad we finally got it here.
Yeah, and I just received word. I think Todd Gratton is crying tears of joy right now watching you guys finish first and second.
Well, hopefully he didn't wish me good luck in the chat before, because that was good. So there we go. So that's the mojo I need.
Yeah, it seems like every time Todd tells you good luck before the race, you end up smoking the wall or something.
Absolutely.
But hey, congratulations, Zach. Before you head out, you got anything to tell these great fans at home? Any shout outs other than that they need to be subscribed to Hutchinson Motorsports TV?
Yeah, absolutely. Subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Yeah, thank you for the broadcast. Thank Nate and everybody that puts on the race. Teammates Dylan, Josh, Jason, and I'll even throw Todd Gratton in there. Why not? Even though the lack of support, but yeah, it's fun. This race was just a blast. If we could do Homestead every week, I'd be a happy camper for sure.
Well, most certainly, after seeing your skills here, I'm sure this won't be the last time you park in Victory Lane at this track. But hey, congratulations, Zach. We'll let you head down, celebrate with your team, and enjoy the evening.
I appreciate it, sir. Have a good one, Blake.
Yes, sir. You too. Zach Kreitz, your race winner tonight. After starting in the 18th position, he gets the job done, parks it in Victory Lane. He is no stranger to Victory Lane here at Homestead, and he gets it done tonight. As always, though, folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure before you head out, click that like button, subscribe to the page, folks. We are doing a push for subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It's free. If you're not logged in, just log in real quick. It takes 1 moment. And then check out our description. We got some info in there as well as our Discord link. Join our Discord today. Lots of good information in there, as well as Hutchinson Motorsports TV events. We've got the Slinger Slaughter coming up here on August 17th. It's going to be a Sunday. Figure 8 racing, $5 entry. $50 to the winner, $10 bonus to whoever has the most incident points, folks. All kinds of good stuff coming up here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, as well as this week, we're making our IMSA series debut. We are calling an IMSA style race, multi-class racing this Sunday. Be sure to tune in. The only way to know is to click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, all that good stuff. But folks, as always, thanks for tuning in. Signing out for the night, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Blake Hutchinson in the booth. See you next time.
Jordy Shuttle Richter Johnson! Checkered flag in the air! Scott Rickard wins it!
Oh, and there he goes. Hard into the inside wall. Hibbs is involved. Tyler Whittemore. He's in the middle of the track. Oh, he's gonna get stuck again.
He's John! LaFranco's blocking his turn! Rossiter takes the lead. They're all junk in it! The entire field is junk! Oh, and Andy Tinker Johnson! Oh, and he gets collected!
Oh, and he goes around 78. Oh, hard into the pit wall. He's dead. He is dead.
Out of 3 and 4 for the final time. Matthew wins his first race back. Missed last week, but here he is taking the checkered flag.